we're going to get started with all these types of sentences. So the first thing is we have different types of sentences, okay? So we're going to be talking about a couple of different types of sentences which you can use. You should be using all of these different types of sentences in your writing. Don't just stick to one, okay? If you just stick to one type of sentence, your writing is going to be boring. And for you wholesome students, you guys all know that we really do our best to make sure our writings are exciting and also intriguing as well. So the first type of sentence is a declarative sentence. So you can write this down in your notes. Declarative sentence, okay? Declarative sentences are also called assertive sentences. They give information. So all that you need to write down is declarative sentences give information, and they may state a fact or opinion. Declarative sentences also end with periods, all right? I'll make sure also this PDF is available in the Facebook group as well, so that way for any of you kids that are non-students, you guys also have access to these things too. I'll make it open to you guys too, so that way you guys continue growing too. So let's go over these two types of sentences. I like riding my bicycle around the park. My essay is better than yours. Okay, so they're just giving information. I like riding my bicycle around the park. It's just giving information, and it ends with a period. Okay, whenever you have a sentence that gives information and ends with a sentence, it's called ends with a period. It's called a declarative sentence. Can anybody raise their hands and give me a declarative sentence? Anybody give me a declarative sentence? All right, Burhutika, go ahead, Nukala.
Today is really cloudy.
Today is what?
It's really cloudy.
Okay, so today is really cloudy. Good. So today is really... You guys don't need to write down the example, but I'm going to go over it. Today is really cloudy, right? Ends with the period. It's just saying something. Prema, do you have something? Thank you, Burhutika. You can go ahead and mute yourself.
I like doing jumping ropes.
I like doing jumping ropes. Okay, so thank you for that one. It is good. So the way that you say that is, I like jumping rope. Okay, I like jumping rope. So that is a declarative sentence. It's just giving information and it ends with a period. Okay, declarative sentences can be positive, which are affirmative, or negative. All right, so just because it's it doesn't make a difference whether it's positive or negative. And if it's giving information about something and it has a period at the end, it's still a declarative sentence. So the sun is shining, right? This is a positive sentence. It is not raining. Who can tell me which word in this sentence makes it negative? Akish, go for it. Unmute yourself, bro.
Not.
Yep, not. Not makes it a negative sentence. Leia and Akshita, I saw you guys raise your hands too, so I don't think I didn't see you. I'll call on you guys for other things, all right? We have a lot more stuff to go through, so definitely a lot of opportunities for all of you to participate. What's up? All right, so we all good with declarative sentences? We get that. Easy, right?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, good, good, good. Make sure you guys are writing stuff down, all right? It's really important. Zambi, make sure you're writing things down. Dennis, you're here too? My boy Dennis.
Hi.
Nice to see you, buddy. Make sure you're writing things down, okay? Excited you're here.
What?
I said I'm excited you're here.
Okay.
Kashvi, what's up, kid? Welcome. Ooh, we got 41 kids on this call. Whoa. A big one. Nice. Nice. All right, cool. So we're going to move on to the next one. Like I said, This video is also pre-recorded, or it's being recorded right now, so that way you guys can watch it later. Wholesome Kids, I'll post it in Google Classroom. I'll also post it in the Facebook group. And other non-Wholesome students, you guys will also get a copy of this. I'll make sure I post it in the group too, so that way if you guys have questions, you can always refer back to it. So, all right, the second type of sentence that we have is an interrogative sentence. Okay? Interrogative sentences. Think of interrogative. What word do we have in interrogative? Does anybody know? What word? What does interrogative sound like?
Oh, I know. I think I know.
Aryan Patel, go ahead.
Like interrogate?
Yeah, interrogate, right? And who interrogates, Aryan?
Police officers.
Like police officers, right? So when you're interrogating, you're asking questions. So it's a cool little way to think about it. Interrogate means ask question, right? So interrogative sentences ask questions. Interrogative sentences end with a question mark, right? That's simple, right? We all know that question sentences end with question marks, right? We're good on that. We're all good on that. Yeah, Zara, you good on that? Brahma, you good on that?
Yes.
We all. That's pretty foundational. So, all right, good. Okay, sounds good. Bhupati, is that how I say your name? All right, cool. Welcome. Sambi, I like your green, teal headphones. Very bright. All right, so interrogative questions often begin with interrogative words, like who, when, where, why, what, and how. Okay, so these are the words that start an interrogative sentence. All right, an interrogative sentence is just a question sentence. Okay, it's a question sentence. It's not like some crazy type of sentence from Mars or anything like that. It's just a normal sentence. Interrogative is a big way of saying question. Okay, so let's look at this right here. So why are you up so late? What's the who can tell me what the interrogative word in why are you up so late is? Bhupati. Why? Yeah, good. All right. Who can tell me what the interrogative word and what time is it is? Who can tell me? Ishika, Leia.
What?
Leia.
What?
Right, exactly. And then Akshita, why don't you tell me what the interrogative word in where is the library is?
Where?
Where, exactly. So, that's for interrogative questions, okay? Now, interrogative sentences without question words are generally formed by moving the helping verb before the subject. So I'm going to break this down for all of you, okay? Are you guys all ready for this? I need a thumbs up from all of you that you guys are ready for this. Because this is, so far it's been pretty simple, and all this stuff is pretty simple across the board. But I want to make sure none of you guys get lost. All right, Thomas, you good? Rohan, you good? Prithvi? Fernie, welcome, bro! Nice to see you. I'm going to let Mr. Shiv know you came. Cool. Alright, so interrogative sentences without question words are generally formed by moving the helping verb before the subject. So before we get into this one, let's go over what a helping verb is, okay? So helping verbs are words that have no meaning on their own. So helping verbs, when they're by themselves, they don't mean anything. They're necessary for grammatical structure of a sentence, but they do not tell us very much alone. We usually use helping verbs with main verbs. So helping verbs help the main verbs, all right? And there's 23 of them, all right? Don't write down these 23 helping verbs because it's going to take you forever to do this. Just pay attention, okay? So they help the main verb, which has the real meaning, all right? So over here are 23 helping verbs, okay? So we have am, is, are, was, and were, being, been, and be, have, has, had, do, does, did, will, would, shall, and should. And then there's 5 more helping verbs. May, might, must, can, and could. Do not write these words down. Don't write them down, okay? It's going to take you too long. We got all other things to go through than just writing words down.
Wait a minute. Are they like pronouns?
No, they're not pronouns. Helping verbs help the main verb. And I'm going to show you guys in a second. All right? Now, let's do this sentence. Do you have any more cough drops? What is the helping verb here? Who can tell me what the helping verb here is?
Do.
Who can tell me what the help? So do, yeah, and Annie? Have, okay, yes. So do is part of it, but have is the helping word. Thank you, Annie. So have is the helping verb in this sentence. If have was by itself, have doesn't mean anything. If you just saw have on a sheet of paper, you'd be like, have what? Have? Have doesn't mean anything by itself, right? If you just saw, if I sent you a word in the mail and it was just you opened it and it just said have, be like, what? This doesn't mean anything. So if it's like helping verbs by themselves don't mean anything. So question words are generally formed by moving the helping verb before the subject. Who can tell me what the subject in this sentence is? I know, stay with me, guys. Stay with me. You guys are all doing really good, okay? Stay with me. Keep paying attention. I know I'm going over a lot, but keep listening. You guys are all doing really, really good, okay? Who can tell me what the subject in this sentence is? Hands. Hands. Prithvi.
Cough drops.
Cough drops is the subject in the sentence, right? It's what the sentence is about. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I was wrong. Teachers make mistakes. I apologize. Okay, so, Ishant, you said that the helping verb was do, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so the helping verb in this situation is do, right? Because what is the subject of the sentence? This is not the subject of the sentence. This is something that's called, we're not going to get into it right now, but it's called an object. Okay. What's the subject of the sentence?
Do.
Nope. We know that's the helping verb. What's the subject of the sentence? Who can tell me?
Have.
Nope. Have is not the subject of the sentence. Who else can tell me? Dhriti.
Cough drops.
That is the object of the sentence, not the subject. The subject of the sentence is usually the first noun. Trisha. Trisha Patel.
Do you?
So you is the subject, okay? You is the subject. It's the first noun of the sentence. That's not always true, but most of the time it's true. The subject of the sentence is most usually the first noun of the sentence. So we have you, right? Now, question words are generally formed by moving the helping verb before the subject. So we put the do before the subject. Sanvi, you good, kid? Okay.
Yeah.
Mehek, welcome. Nice to see you, kiddo. Okay. You guys good? Get that? We're good with this? Yeah?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, good. Good. Thumbs up. I need thumbs up from everybody. Thumbs up. Sanvi, give me a thumbs up, kid. Good, good. Nice, Rhea. Thank you. Okay, good.
I just need to write something down.
What do you need to write down?
The things that you underlined.
Okay, I'm going to be putting a video. We're going to go on to the next bit. I'm going to be putting a video up for you to do that, okay? So the next type of sentence is an imperative sentence. All right, an imperative
sentence.
We're going to go over it. Imperative sentences give a command, a request, advice, a suggestion, warning, or wish, okay? So if you're going to write anything down, this is what you write down. Imperative sentences and then what I underline. Give a command, a request, advice, a suggestion, a warning, or a wish. They can be followed by a period, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. All right, so imperative sentences tell you to do something. It's not just saying something like it's nice outside, but it's like go to the park, or it's asking you to do something, or giving you advice, or giving you a suggestion, or a warning, or a wish. All right, so we have be quiet. We have be quiet, which is a command, right? It's telling you to do something. Please have a seat. It's a request, right? It's not just asking you to have a seat, but it's also telling you to have a seat. Please have a seat. You know, you don't say no to that. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, I'll sit down. Watch out. That's a command, right? It's telling you to do something. Enjoy yourselves, right? It's a wish. Like, have fun. Enjoy yourself. Imperative sentences may be written like a question, but they aren't asking anything. So, will you please mind your manners? Right? If your parents tell you that, like, please mind your manners, like, watch what you're doing, and they ask you to do that, are they expecting you to be like, no, I'm not going to mind my manners. I'm going to act like a crazy person? Or are they expecting you to be like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad, for acting crazy. I'll act normal. Right? They're more so just telling you to do something, but they're putting it in a form of a question. So, will you please mind your manners? It's a rhetorical, it's a question, but they're telling you to do something. Do you guys get that? Akish, Aryan, Prithvi, Ria, Fernie. You guys all get this? Zara? Good? Good? Alright, Sanvi, I see you. Thank you. Good. Okay. Ari, how are you doing? Akshita? Good? Okay. Alright. Mikhail?
I got a question about the declarative sentence.
Okay, let's go over that real quick. Okay, what's your question?
Oh yeah, can declarative sentences also can sentences have a fact or opinion but not end in a period?
It wouldn't be a declarative sentence then.
But sentences could have.
Of course, yes, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Good question. All right, let's go into the next one, okay? Now the last one is exclamatory sentences, right? Exclamatory sentences exclaim. They show emotion. They show excitement. Exclamatory sentences end with exclamation marks. So they're like these things, right? We all know what that is, right? Ari, you know what this is, buddy? Right? You're exclaiming. You're showing great emotions. Exclamatory sentences end with exclamation marks. Use exclamation marks only when necessary. All right, a lot of times in your writings, like a lot of you, especially like, oh, what's up, Arpan? Nice to see you, dude. A lot of times in your writings, you guys use a lot of these. You don't need to use that many, okay? If you end up using a lot of exclamation points, do you know what happens? Anybody know what happens?
It doesn't. No.
Aryan Verk, did you just say something? Is Aryan Verk even here? No.
Doesn't become as interesting.
It doesn't become as interesting, right? Because it's yeah. So it's just so if you use a lot of these types of you use a lot of exclamation marks, it just blends in, right? Because it doesn't. If I see that you have like 100 exclamation marks in your writing, I'm just gonna be like, well, you don't know how to use this properly. So you don't need to use them too much. Don't overuse them. All right, so we have, wow, that magic trick was amazing. Exclamatory sentences can begin with question words too. So, what wonderful weather we're having today, right? It still ends with an exclamation point, but it starts with a question word, okay? How lovely to see you. It starts with the question word, but it still ends with an exclamation point. You get it? Yes?
Can exclamatory sentences, do they always have to end in exclamation marks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Anybody else have any questions so far? I know we've gone over a good deal of material.
What do we? Can you underline the things that we need to write in our notebook?
Yeah. So exclamatory means exclaim or show great emotion, and end with exclamation marks, and then that's it. That's all you need to write. You don't need to write down to this next part. I just found this fact and I want to tell you. So there's a mark that I learned about today. It's called the interrobang, right? It looks like this. It looks like an exclamation point and a question mark. That's not a good one. Hold on.
So it means it's an experiment.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. So this is called an interrobang. All right. It truly is a type of punctuation mark. It was invented by a journalist in 1962, Martin K. Spector. He combined the question mark and the exclamation point since he didn't like using two end marks. So you ever there's a writing that you might have, or you might see somebody do it. They write, and then they go, right? Like they do something like that. Have you guys ever seen that?
Yeah.
Right? So in those times, so most teachers don't like two end marks together. You know, I don't like seeing this. You know, I don't like seeing this. I just learned about this thing over here today while I was prepping for this, but I don't like seeing that. But sometimes though, you really do need both. And it's okay in informal writing. So this is an informal writing. Any writings that you do with me will not be informal. So only one exclamation mark at a time is enough in formal writing. All right, let's go on. So we're going to go on to the three different types of sentence now. Okay, so we talked about sentence purposes. Now we're really going to be talking about simple, complex, and compound sentences. Okay, Akshita, do you have a question? Yeah, what's up?
Why is that punctuation not on the computer?
Because I don't think it's used. I don't think many people use it. It might be in the special characters part of it. That's the only place that I see that being there. But any writing that you'll be doing for all of you kids will 99% of it is going to be formal writing. So you're writing things for school, or you have a project, you're writing a speech or something like that, and you won't need to do this. But say if you're writing a letter to a friend, yeah, you could use an interrobang. You can do that. But I don't think most people know about what this is. What's up?
Mr. Sunny?
Yeah.
Can you do the interrobang when you're writing a message to someone?
Sure, yeah. It's informal. Definitely. If anybody asks you about that, tell them to come and see me.
Okay.
I'll let them know. I'll let them know it's a real thing. All right, let's go into simple sentences. So a simple sentence has only the most elemental building blocks of a sentence. A subject and a verb used in a complete thought, also called an independent clause. All right, when I was younger, this was the most confusing stuff ever. But when I got older, I realized it's really simple, okay? My advice to you is don't get caught up in the big words. All a simple sentence is the most basic of sentences. For all of you third graders that are here today, you guys use a lot of simple sentences. Stop using them. All right, simple sentences have their place, but they shouldn't be like every sentence. It shouldn't be a simple sentence because it makes your writing boring. You know when your parents tell you things that are like, you know, you need to use bigger sentences, use different types of sentences. This is what they're talking about. All of your writing is in simple sentences. All right, we're not in first and second grade anymore. Some of us, I know Ari and Cushy, you guys are in second grade that you're here, but you guys are my third graders. I treat you guys like third graders. So, I meant Cushy, not Sanvi. I apologize. Okay. Now, Christina drank her morning coffee, right? We have a subject. So I'm gonna break this down for you guys. All right, watch. How do I do? Okay, so Christina is the subject. It's the subject. Her morning coffee, this is called an object. Okay? And drank is the verb or something called a predicate verb. All right? What? Anyone say anything? Trisha, is your background a giant picture of yourself? Okay. Whatever makes you happy. Okay.
Wow.
Alright. This is the same sentence. I just repeated it. Christina showered and dressed. Christina did what? She showered and dressed. Okay? Christina is the subject. Showered and dressed. Compound verbs. Which are here. Okay? Christina did what? She showered and dressed. Alright? Very simple, straight to the point sentence. Simple sentences are your basic sentences. Okay? You guys get that? Simple sentences are basic sentences.
Yep.
Okay. Simple sentences are usually short. You may use compound subjects and verbs to add length, but for the most part, using too many simple sentences makes your writing choppy. So if people tell you that your writing is choppy, if your parents tell you, oh, your writing is choppy, or your teachers tell you, oh, your writing is choppy, it's because you're using too many simple sentences. All right. What's up, Mikhail?
What does PV stand for?
Predicate verb.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna show you. Predicate verb. Mikhail, you've learned about predicate and subject predicate, right?
No.
Okay, so let's do it in this one. So Mikhail, what's the subject of this sentence?
Christina?
Yep. Now the predicate shows what's happening in the sentence. Okay, it's the action part of the sentence. So we have Christina as the subject. Subject. Oh, why did that erase? All right, Christina is a subject, and then the predicate is drank her morning coffee. Now this is the action part of the sentence. Can everyone please mute themselves, please? Drank is the predicate verb. It's the verb of the sentence, okay?
Okay.
All right, you guys got that? We all good with this?
Yes.
I have a question.
What's up?
So when we're doing our next essay for Google Classroom or something,
Mm-hmm.
do we have to we should include all of these things, right?
Yeah, definitely. The next writing assignment for all the Wholesome kids is going to be a little bit different. Something that we've worked on in the past. That was a lot of fun. I'm thinking about having us do a drabble again. That was fun.
What's a drabble?
A drabble is a story that you have to tell in less than 100 words. Or no, exactly 100 words. No more, no less. It was challenging last time. Okay, let's go over this, guys. Now we have compound sentences. All right, I have about 5 more minutes with you guys, so I want to make sure I go over these things. Compound sentences, and then, oh, okay, we can get through it. We'll get through it. All right, so compound sentences have 2 independent clauses. separated with a fanboy's conjunction. Now, two independent clauses, all an independent clause is a sentence. That's it. Don't get fooled by these big words, okay? An independent clause is just something that can stand up on its own. All right, it doesn't need anything else. And it's joined with a fanboy's conjunction. So we have for, and, nor, but, yes, or so. Okay, fanboys. Just think of that. It's an acronym. And a comma in front of the conjunction. So we have Sarah went to the mall. Right? Can Sarah went to the mall, can that stand up on its own? Can we just have, like, if this was a sentence, Sarah went to the mall, would it work as a regular sentence? Yeah, right? It would. Sarah went to the mall. Sarah went to the mall, comma, and she shopped all afternoon. She shopped all afternoon. Can that sentence stand up by itself? Yeah, right? Sarah went to the mall. She shopped all afternoon. It's just combined with a conjunction, which is for, and, nor, but, yet, or so. Zara, what's up?
Is there a reason they combine the two sentences together?
Yeah, so when you make compound sentences, when you make things that are compound sentences, good questions, Zara. When you make compound sentences, it's just the next step from a simple sentence. You're basically taking two simple sentences and putting them together, right? So a lot of times, you guys say things like, "I like cars," "I like boats," "I like this," "I like that." So if you want to combine, or like Sarah went to the mall, Sarah went to the grocery store, Sarah went to the pet store, Sarah went to I don't know, the school, whatever. But if you want to just combine those sentences together, Sarah went to the mall and she shopped all afternoon, that's why you would put it together.
Oh, okay.
Right? So we're just combining sentences. So compound sentences have two independent clauses separated with a semicolon. No conjunction, just a semicolon. Do you guys know what the number one misused form of punctuation in the entire English language is? Like, nobody ever uses this correctly, and I'm going to teach you guys how to use like a little bit of it. Commas? Yeah, you kids have too much fun with commas, but it's not a comma.
Oh yeah, Mr. Sonny. Period.
Semicolon?
So who said semicolon? Who said semicolon?
Hey.
Kushi, yes. Okay. So a semicolon is the most misunderstood type of punctuation ever. We can do a whole lesson on it. I'm not going to do a whole lesson on it right now, but I'm just going to show you. So compound sentences that have two independent clauses, which are two sentences, right? Don't get confused by these big words. It's just two sentences separated with a semicolon, no conjunction, just a semicolon. So Sarah went to the mall. Can it stand by itself? Sarah went to the mall? Yes, right? She shopped all afternoon. Does that stand all by itself? Yep, right? What we did is we just took out the and. All right, and we put in a semicolon.
So is it still a compound sentence?
It's still a compound sentence, yeah. But we just took out a conjunction and we replaced it with a semicolon.
So a compound sentence, you can also use a semicolon?
Yes, yeah. But you have to make sure, Mikhail, you have to make sure that both of these sentences can stand on their own and also that they're both related. All right? You can't say Sarah went to the mall, semicolon, Jeffrey climbed out of his window. Like, those two sentences have nothing to do with each other, all right? If you're giving more information about the previous sentence, use that semicolon. It could be a compound sentence.
So, are you only supposed to put two sentences together if they have to do with each other?
Correct. Yes, when you're making compound sentences.
Okay.
All right. Compound sentences that have an independent clause separated by a transition, in this case, a semicolon should be placed just before the transition and a comma goes after the transition. All right, this isn't for all of you, okay? If you think you could take it to the next level, pay attention for the next 3 minutes. If you're like, nah, Mr. Sonny, my brain hurts, you just fried it, I get it. I understand this is also a lot. If you think you can go that extra, if you can go the next 3 minutes with me, pay attention. All right.
Yeah.
Compound sentences that have an independent clause, which is a sentence, separated by a transition. All right. A transition is a word that takes it to, like, it ties two sentences together. In this case, a semicolon should be placed just before the transition and a comma goes after the transition. So Sarah went to the mall. Semicolon. And we have moreover, transition. Transition. Then we put a comma. She shopped all afternoon. Okay? Don't worry about this one too much. You know, Akshita, you can definitely benefit from this. Mikhail. Akshita, I'm guessing you're in 6th grade? 5th grade? 4th grade?
Okay.
In 4th grade. Okay.
So you could use a transition in between the semicolons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a good idea to review compound sentences and practice writing and punctuating each kind before moving to complex sentences. If you have reviewed compound sentences, you're less likely to become confused as we delve into complex sentences. All right, so we have these compound sentences. Are we all good on compound sentences? Do we get this?
Yep.
Yep, you guys get this?
Yes.
All right, okay, so let's move into complex sentences then. All right. So a complex sentence uses an independent clause, which is a sentence that can stand on its own, combined with one or more dependent clauses. A dependent clause is a group of words that can't stand by themselves. If we saw a dependent clause somewhere, we'd be like, oh, that's a fragment. Okay, but I'll walk you guys through this, all right? So don't worry, we'll take our time. A dependent clause is similar to an independent clause, but it can't stand on its own. And can't stand on its own as a complete sentence. Complex sentences use conjunctions to tie them together. So the way that it looks, write this down. You're going to write down, for a complex sentence, it is an independent clause. We'll say IC. Okay, independent clause plus independent clause. Wait. Independent clause. Dependent clause is similar to an independent. Okay. So independent clause plus conjunction. Conjunction function plus dependent clause. Okay? So this is an independent clause, can stand up on its own, right? A dependent clause, think about this way. An independent clause is like an adult, all right? As a grown-up can basically take care of themselves, right? A conjunction is like a leash, maybe, and it ties them to the dependent clause, which is, say, like a dog, right? A dog can't really take care of itself in the way that a human can take care of a dog. So think about it that way. So we have, because she woke up late when her alarm malfunctioned, Christina missed her morning train. So Christina missed her morning train. Independent clause or dependent clause? Independent clause, good. Because she woke up late when her alarm malfunctioned. Is that a dependent clause or an independent clause?
Dependent.
Dependent, right? Dependent. So it doesn't matter the order. It could be switched to, like, we have an independent clause here, and then we have a dependent clause here, and it's combined with a comma. Okay? As Christina watched the trains pull out of the station, independent clause or dependent clause? Just yell it out.
Dependent clause.
What is it?
Dependent.
Dependent clause. Good. Dependent clause. She realized she would be late for work yet again. Independent or dependent?
Independent.
My kids, you got this. Okay. Now, the dependent clauses can also fall at the end, right? So in this one, we have dependent clauses are first. In all of these, the dependent clauses are first, right? Now, the dependent clause can also fall at the end of an independent clause in these examples. So Christina missed her morning train because she woke up late when her alarm malfunctioned. Where's the...
Makes sense.
Mikhail, where's the independent clause and where's the dependent clause in this sentence?
The dependent clause is Christina missed her morning train because she is
Okay, ready? Christina missed her morning train, right? Boom. Independent clause. Now we have a transitional word here because, or a conjunction. It brings these two words to, it brings these two together, right? It ties these two parts together. Then she woke up late because she woke up late when her alarm malfunctioned. That is a dependent clause, right? You guys get that? Mikhail? Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Christina realized she would be late for work yet again as she watched the train pull out of the station. Now, we have this right here. Christina realized she'd be late for work yet again. Boom! Sentence, right? Christina realized she'll be late for work yet again. Sentence?
I think so.
Is it a complete thought?
Yes.
Mikhail?
no.
Christina realized she'd be late for work yet again.
No. It's a dependent clause.
Okay, so Christina realized she'd be late for work yet again. This is an independent clause. This is a complete sentence. Okay, it's a complete sentence. And then this one is as she watched the train pull out of the station. If we just had this sentence alone, could this sentence stand on its own, Mikhail?
Wait, where's the conjunction?
We can also use again, or as, I'm sorry. Right here, as.
So then if then doesn't mean that then does that mean that the other clause is she watched the train pull out of the station?
Yep.
But can't that stand on its own?
So she watched the train pull out of the station can stand on its own. But as she watched the train pull out of the station, like that is a whole list of words grouped together that can't stand alone because it has as in it.
So does that mean the conjunction goes with the second clause?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we have this one, independent clause, then we have this one as dependent clause. We're not going to do this next one. Just leave that out for right now. We'll go over harder stuff afterwards. Okay, so that's that. For all of you wholesome kids, if you guys go into your Google Classroom and you guys look under the English bonus classes, there is a quiz there that you can take, all right, to test your knowledge of being able to do this. I highly encourage you guys to do this. For all students that are not wholesome students, I'll post this video in a the video with the attached PDF, so that way you guys can take a look at this and have this at home, okay? Sound good?